Hello everyone. So I've made a decision. I am taking my learning and development game to Kickstarter. The game is here. It is called ToolBox for Creativity. And the decision to take it to Kickstarter wasn't that simple. But before I go into those details, I just want to say that this is my first Kickstarter campaign. And what I want to do is I want to record my journey and I want you to share ideas if you are thinking about your first Kickstarter campaign, particularly a game for learning and development. It is a good opportunity so that we learn together. But also, if you have experience doing this and you notice that I'm doing something terribly wrong, please share your knowledge with me, with us, with the team taking this project to Kickstarter. And well, so let me just share the first things that I have done that I believe they are right. And anyway, so here it is. First, we are assuming that anyone taking a project to Kickstarter has play tested and done a lot of research on their game. So their game, even though it's a prototype, is ready. So that's what I have done. I tested this game many times with various people. We tested it as well with over 90 students at the University of Economics Krakow, and I believe now is ready to be taken to the market. Second, then you need to make a decision. Are you going to use Kickstarter or not? So I studied both avenues. I looked into, for example, getting in touch with publishers. Particularly, I was looking at publishers of games that specialize on learning and development, or publishers that work with learning and development and games, that kind of stuff. I found a good list of these during this year's Spiel online event. There was a whole section dedicated to learning and development. And, Spiel is about board games and tabletop games. So anyhow, I've got a list of these such publishers that I thought, based on their current list of publications, that my game could actually, be part of their, let's call it their arsenal, the list of products. I did send some emails. Unfortunately, I didn't get not even on an automated reply. So I think I also tried to approach maybe one or two through social media. Again, no response. Many reasons. I will never know the answer why this is it. Perhaps even is related to Corona. Again, we will never know. All I know is that I did try this avenue and nothing really happened. And now, putting all the options on the table, I decided that Kickstarter is also, or it is the ideal approach to this. So what did I do? I then took my prototype and made sure that I have partially the elevator pitch ready. Why? Because this makes me understand better what the game is about, and also is essential for the next step. And the next step is actually approaching people whom I believe could be a really positive, I would say, contributor to this project. So actually team members, people who will work with me in this project, we will carry on together. So if you want to engage people to be part of your team, to work or to be part of your project, you're going to do it together, you need to explain to them clearly what is it that the game does. By the way, the game is here and it's called ToolBox for Creativity. And that's what I'm saying. You need to have your prototype, you need to have the results of your testing, and you need to have your elevator pitch ready. Once you have that, you approach the people that you believe will be working with you in this project. And I wrote in here many times, read and write, because before even approaching or thinking about the Kickstarter campaign, you need to read and write a lot. You need to read as many documents as possible. Or when I say read, you can also take in consideration watching YouTube videos from people who have done Kickstarter campaigns for games. And if you find those for games in learning and development, even better. But you need to consume as much material as possible before even going into the sort of starting your Kickstarter campaign. And when I say write, you also need to write. You need to write down one more time. You need to write down your what do you call it, elevator pitch. Since this is a game for learning and development, you also need to write down how the games contributes to the learning and development. So you need to write down all of that, and then you need to share it with your team, and you need to brainstorm a little bit more. Okay, we're assuming that a lot of prototyping has been done. Nonetheless, the more the merrier. So this is what I am. This is what I have done. I have my prototype. I tested it. I decided to go for Kickstarter. I have my elevator pitch ready. I engage one person to work with me. So far, one person in the team, Sarah Lefebvre, and I do hope I'm pronouncing her surname correctly. Next, I'm reading and writing furiously. So far, I got in touch with Panda game manufacturers, and they have lots of material that can be used in order to get an idea of manufacturing elements. They have lots of PDFs, that's what I'm saying, guidebooks, and I'm reading those, and I'm trying to understand better how all of this works. So again, reading and writing, reading and writing. Also, I am a project manager, or that has been my work for the past 12 years before I stopped and I decided to get involved in the world of learning and development and games. So part of taking from all of this experience and putting it into the read and write part, I'm writing down a business plan. And this is really important, I believe, because many startups, many new ventures, including games, they fail for reasons that has nothing to do with whether the game is good or bad, or actually they don't fail whether you have enough money or not. They fail because of lack of communication, misunderstanding, and they fail as well because the finances are not really well calculated and maintained throughout the project or throughout the first year of the venture, the entrepreneurship venture. And so, taking that knowledge into account, I'm writing this business plan with as many details as possible, knowing as well that quite a lot of the details are unknown, but at least we know that they're there, and we know that we don't have perfect information about these areas. Nonetheless, it needs to be written. I am contributing to this document. I'm asking Sarah as well to contribute to this document, and in doing so, we are improving communication. We are also using Slack, yeah, to share documents, to maintain the channel, the open channel of communication. At the beginning, I tried to do this only through Google Drive, but the tools, or at least the tools that I know how to use in Google Drive, were not so effective. So we are using Slack in order to maintain the communication open, in order to collaborate. So this is what I have done, and I hope, as I said, that what I'm doing is right, well, number one, but I also hope that you learn a little bit, and if you already know about Kickstarter campaigns for games in learning and development, please, jump in, give me your feedback, or give me a contact, and we can have a conversation about it. Nonetheless, the main purpose of this is to have a two-way communication. You learn from me, hopefully I learn from you as well. And yeah, I will try to keep up one weekly video. So just to give you an update of what I am, what has been done. And yeah, let's see how this goes. So thanks for watching. My name is Eric, and see you next week.